Do you have a friend or family member who has asked you to co-sign or be a guarantor for them on a loan? Should you do it? One thing you should never do in Canada or anywhere is to co-sign a loan for anyone. Let me explain.
If I had known what was going to happen or what was going to come down the line as a result of signing this loan, I would have never signed it.
With financing, the loan came to more than $62,000. A year later, the car was badly vandalized by the woman's ex-boyfriend. She quit making payments, and that's when Brown discovered he was responsible for the loan and has to pay about $700 a month.
I'm paying for something I'm not even using.
When you co-sign a loan, you are 100% responsible for the entire loan.
My friend, turned their back against me. What's the point of all that? Like, how's that supposed to make anybody feel?
Hello everyone, my name is Diakola. Welcome back to this side of life. And if you're new here, welcome to the Wise Tribe, and thank you all for joining me today. So, this Canadian man that we saw in the clip co-signed, that is, he guaranteed a loan for a friend for a car. And for those who may not know, when you want to borrow money in this country, like in Canada, US, UK, Australia, Europe, or any of these Western countries, they always look at your credit score. They look at how credit worthy you are. Do you have enough money? Are you going to be able to pay back the loan? And if the bank determines that you're not going to be able to pay back the loan, then they disqualify you. They are like, no, we can't give you the loan. But they say, you can go and find somebody who will guarantee the loan, somebody who is better financially, who will guarantee that loan. If that person signs as your guarantor, co-signs that loan for you, then we will give you the loan. So if you do not qualify for a loan that you've applied for, that means that you did not have enough money for the down payment for the loan if you needed a down payment, or you had bad credit and your credit score was not good enough, or you are buying something that you cannot afford. For example, you are trying to buy a house that is more than what you can afford with your financial status, right? And in this credit-based society, you better believe that debt is the most aggressively marketed product, right? Anywhere you turn, somebody is trying to make you borrow money. Like, it starts from when they get old enough and they go to college. Like the first day of college, all kinds of people, all kinds of banks in the college pitching them to come and get credit cards, the finance companies who are trying to sell you cars on credit, come and get a car loan. The mortgage brokers are trying to sell you mortgages, and the furniture store is trying to sell you furniture. Buy now and pay in 5 years' time. Even your grocery store. At Walmart, you can buy your groceries, and at the checkout, you can say, I will pay later. Everybody is trying to get you to borrow money. So if you try to borrow money and they actually say you are not qualified to borrow that money, then that means you are not qualified. So that is why it is not a wise thing to co-sign with anybody or to have somebody co-sign for you. If somebody is co-signing for you, then you need to check yourself as well. You should think twice about what you're about to do, because that means that you actually cannot afford that thing. So what I'm saying in this video today is don't do it. Don't co-sign for somebody, and don't let anyone co-sign for you. If somebody cannot afford something, don't co-sign. Don't guarantee their loan for them, because it only ends in pain. Like that financial person was saying on that clip, 100% of the time, if that person is not able to pay, you are liable to pay. That is what co-signing means. That is what being a guarantor means. So back to the story of this our Canadian brother, right? He was so kind, he went and signed a car loan for his friend. You can see from that story that the car was $62,000 for a 2019 truck, which to me is expensive, right? So you can tell that this person, his friend, was biting more than they could chew. They were buying a truck that was too expensive. $700 a month is not a small money. That is a lot of money to spend on a car. So you can tell that this friend is already borrowing more than they can actually afford. And everything was fine for 1 year, and after 1 year, because something happened, somebody vandalized their car, they stopped paying. This man then realized that he was on the hook to pay $700 a month for a car that he wasn't even using. It was just because he co-signed with this person and the bank came after him. The fact that his friend did not qualify for the loan means that they have bad credit, or the car was just too expensive for them to afford with their income and their financial status. That already tells me that this arrangement was financial trouble for the man from the very beginning. And this also buttresses my point that people who need a cosigner, like this man's friend, is because they either have low income, they have bad credit, or they are biting more than they can chew in terms of what they are trying to purchase. And at the end of the day, after you co-sign for somebody, they end up getting approved for the loan. They get the loan, they buy what it is that they want to buy, like maybe a truck or a house. But what happens when they cannot continue to make payments? Then they get the co-signer into deep trouble, and the co-signer becomes responsible 100% for paying back that loan. What people don't realize is that when you co-sign or are a guarantor for somebody else's loan, you are essentially agreeing that you are 100% responsible for paying back the loan if the primary borrower, that is whoever took out the loan, cannot. The common thing is for friends or family, children, your siblings, and people who are close to you to come to you to say, oh, please, I want to get this thing and I can't afford it. Can you please be my guarantor, or can you please co-sign for me? And one of the most popular situations is where the child comes to the parents and asks for them to co-sign a mortgage for them. Even if you are able to do that, you are able to be a guarantor for somebody or a co-signer for somebody. I'm just saying that you need to understand what you are getting yourself into and the obligation that that puts on you as the co-signer. That if anything happens and that person is not able to pay, you are 100% liable to pay that. And so you have to be ready for that if that really happens. Talking about the things that could happen, some of the bad things that could happen when you co-sign a loan or become a guarantor for somebody else's loan is that apart from the financial trouble that it might cost you, like our friend who had to pay $700 a month for something that he wasn't even using, it could end up affecting your credit score, which is very important in terms of your finances. And it could also damage your relationship with whoever it is that you are co-signing for. In this story that we're looking at, the man said that his friend turned her back on him because money issues is one of the top causes of friction in relationships. It causes pain on both sides in different ways, and the kind of pain that you really want to avoid. Also, did you know that the Bible actually says something about this? Like in Proverbs 17:18, a man devoid of understanding shakes hands in a pledge and becomes a surety for his friend. And in the contemporary English version, it actually says that it is stupid to guarantee someone else's loan. Yes, the Bible does have something to say about this. So let us think twice before we decide to be a co-signer or a guarantor for anybody on any loan. Some people will say, oh, you don't want to help another person. That is why certain people don't progress, because they don't help each other, they don't support each other. Co-signing is like somebody else is taking the loan, but you are guaranteeing them. They are the ones benefiting from that loan, and you are kind of guaranteeing that they will continue to pay that loan. It is different from when you cooperate and you do something together, buy something together, and both of your names are on the loan. That is a different thing. And that means that both parties are benefiting from the loan. Both parties own the item or the product or the asset that you are getting that loan for. So that's different from when you're guaranteeing somebody else's loan, which is not your own loan. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, I just wanted to bring this topic today because I find that many people really don't understand the implication of co-signing for somebody. And so many people have been burnt. So many relationships have been destroyed because somebody co-signed for somebody else and then things fell apart and the whole thing becomes a mess. That's just the quick video for today. So what do you think about co-signing? What is your experience? Have you ever co-signed for somebody, or has somebody ever co-signed for you? And how did that go? Did it go well? Did it go south? I would really like to know what you think and what your experience has been in this area. Let us learn from one another. Do share your experience and all your thoughts with us in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know whenever I upload new videos. Also, stay tuned to this channel for much more interesting content coming your way. Until I come your way again, until the next video, you go out and make it the best days of your life. Bye!